This week in Jamaica Now, Damion Crawford in the spotlight after leaked recording.
I'm going to run against the lady with never too sensitive. And no matter what you tell the people, I just excitement and rum them a deal.
800 students so far tested positive for COVID-19 in Jamaica. Claims and counterclaims by Phoenix coach Craig Butler and his son in an assault case. Deportation halted for 31 Jamaicans from the United Kingdom. Gangster sentenced to 26 years in prison and his cronies for periods ranging from 4 to 16 years. The latest in the murder of a grandma and 2 children.
It appears, from all of what we're seeing so far, to be aligned to some activities of a relative.
And
like how God do it for me, Him will do it for you too.
early Christmas gift for a blind couple. I'm Damion Mitchell and this is Jamaica Now. Opposition leader Mark Golding has appointed controversial People's National Party Vice President Damion Crawford to his 19-person shadow cabinet. The appointment was announced days after a leaked recording in which Crawford was critical of Golding and his recent presidential contender Lisa Hanna.
Lisa run delegate already when you're out of burger, you know. I'm not fish coming up. Probably shot him.
No, that's
You understand?
So that means
For
Mark
example,
should be
you know
able
what
to
them
beat
do?
Lisa.
The problem is that all of one PMP, I say, yo, we're not going with Mark. You understand? Because of that animosity in their mind. So, Mark unfortunately inherit Bunting enemy. You understand? So, when you look for now, Nikhil is not a Lisa fan. Well, Nikhil, I say, yo, we're not going Mark.
The recording was made before the PNP presidential contest. Crawford has weighed in on the controversy, saying he was having a private conversation and was not aware that it was being recorded. He also said in the recording he never said anything that could be considered anti-party. Meanwhile, Peter Bunting, against whom Crawford was also critical, has been named the opposition's 8th senator. He was expected to replace Norman Horn, who had said he would not take up the appointment so close to a presidential contest. However, on Friday it emerged that Horn did not officially ask the Governor-General to rescind the appointment. As a result, Bunting, who is named in the shadow cabinet, cannot take up his Senate appointment. The Education Ministry says some 800 students have so far tested positive for COVID-19 in Jamaica. Acting Permanent Secretary in the Education Ministry, Dr. Grace McLean, made the revelation on Thursday during the sitting of the Parliament's Public Administration and Appropriations Committee. She also reported worrying assessment results of students at the primary level who have been out of physical school since March when the pandemic hit Jamaica.
For the 4 subjects that we actually did at grade 6, mathematics, language arts, social studies, and science, we have found that there's a mean score of 23 for mathematics, 30 for language arts, 26 for social studies, and 24 for science. At grade 5, the scores are a little better for the areas that we actually assessed. Mathematics is at 25, language arts 33, social studies 31, and science 28. And at grade 4, mathematics is at 37, language arts at 43, and integrated studies at 25.
Craig Butler, the father of under-23 football star Kyle, has rejected his son's allegations that he physically abused him. The young footballer has posted a series of tweets making the allegations. He said in the most recent attack, he received a wound to his hand and also bruised his mouth. Kyle said the altercation was linked to his decision not to engage in football training recently. He also said he has a medical record of the injuries and also said it was not the first time he had an altercation with his father. However, Butler maintains that he did not cause injury to his son. Kyle's mother, Sophia Smith Butler, has since jumped on the defensive for her son. But attorney Christopher Townsend, who is representing the father, says his client will not engage in a war of words and is focused on settling the differences with his family. 37 Jamaicans narrowly avoided deportation from the United Kingdom on board a special charter flight this week following a flurry of last-minute legal challenges. One elderly man was removed from the flight 10 minutes before its scheduled departure. The charity group Detention Action provided legal representation and support for 7 of the men who were removed from the flight and 3 of the 13 who were deported. The 37 Jamaicans were removed from the flight based on court orders in their individual cases. Detention Action Director Bella Sankey says among the reasons for the aborted deportations was that some of the Jamaicans were exploited and victimized. Gang leader Uchense Wilson has been sentenced to 26 years in prison, but cops are hurt by the perceived lighter sentences for his 8 cronies. Prosecutors argued that Wilson's marauding gang wreaked havoc throughout St. Catherine, Clarendon, St. Andrew, St. Mary, Manchester, Trelawney, and St. Anne, leaving a trail of violence and racking up plunder totaling $400 million. The state on Wednesday signaled that it might pursue the crime lord's ill-gotten gains, but Wilson appealed that his family was broke. All of this is because my girlfriend wanted to get back her car. She have the 2 kids and they must suffer. I don't have any money, he said in court on Wednesday. Wilson's girlfriend was earlier acquitted in the trial. Under the anti-gang law, Wilson's cronies were sentenced to periods ranging from 4 to 16 years. In an update now, Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson says investigators have concluded that the Trial Heights triple murder was not random. According to the Commissioner, the incident appears to be aligned to the activities of a relative.
So I don't want to say anything more about it, but as the case progresses, we will update the public on this matter. But as I say, it's not a random act from what we're seeing.
2 Sundays ago, 81-year-old Aislinn McFarlane, her grandchildren, 6-year-old Michelle McFarlane and her 10-year-old sister Christina, were murdered by thugs who invaded their home. The love story of a blind St. Catherine couple living under a leaky roof tugged at the heartstrings of a Jamaican expatriate who has given them an early Christmas present. Banging hammers played music to the ears of Stanice Taylor Walker and her husband Dwayne Walker of Elderslie Pen, Spanish Town, this week. Robert Salmon, the Good Samaritan, said that he was compelled to action when he saw our video in which the couple begged for help to change their leaking roof. The Walkers were overjoyed at the reactions to their plea for help.
This day, as we really was, today is the 2nd for the record of December. But this look like the 25th of December because it really is a Christmas and it's a long time Christmas what we really hope for. So the hope really work and faith are things where you hope for where you not see. So we're really glad to what really go on.
And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. Like this video on our YouTube page, turn on your notifications and subscribe today. I'm Damion Mitchell, and before we go, more from that leaked recording with PNP Vice President Damion Crawford.
And when people say Lisa popular, she has never gotten the cheer when we come on PNP meeting. She has never gotten the adoration when we get when we in the regular people. Never. Lisa I get the cheer where Dayton Campbell get when him reach our PNP meeting. So how that popularity in a transition to anything else? I mean, Mark is the most ready for the next 2 years. But the election is not the next 2 years. And we can't change again. Mark can't be Lisa. If it comes down to it, you know, me I go to Mark and Lisa. Because I am seeing Lisa. At least me and Mark agree on 3 things out of 10. That's why I'm not go with Bunting. Because me and Bunting agree on 0 things out of 100. But me and Mark agree on more things than me and Bunting. But the people now go to our next Peter Phillips. They're not going to try that style. That's the benefit we have. You see, if I did Porsche lose, they would have want a Mark.
Yeah.
But if you choose a Peter lose, they want a Porsche.